Stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call this meeting of the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board to order for April 20, 2015. Roll call, please.
Bernie Bassett.
Here.
Thomas Wood.
Here.
Mark Manick.
Here.
Michael Cash.
Here.
Meg LaFave. Here. James Coffey.
Here.
And Rick Collins.
Resolution 94, approving the minutes of the previous meeting.
Resolved that the minutes of April 6th and April 13th, 2015 be approved and the reading of the minutes be dispensed with.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Manick, second.
Second.
Mr. Cashman, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood.
Yes.
Mark Manick.
Yes.
Michael Cash.
Yes.
Meg LaFave.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 95, abstract.
Resolved that the abstract of audited claims number 4B-15, 547 through 657 for $242,501.64. And abstract 4B-15, 121 to 139 prepays in the amount of $676,968.52. Be received as reviewed by the audit committee and the supervisors hereby authorized to pay said abstract.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Ms. LaFave, second.
Second.
Mr. Cashman, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood.
Yes.
Mark Manick.
Yes.
Michael Cash.
Yes.
Meg LaFave.
Yes.
And Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution number 96, monthly department reports.
Resolved to receive and place on file the monthly department head reports.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Cashman, second. Ms. LaFave, any discussion?
On the highways, they were out trying to get the sand off and sweep that at the same time, then turn around the next minute and have to plow again or sand or salt. So it was an uneven month for them, but they are working on getting the sand up and everything now and starting cleaning up.
Right. And once they start, everyone usually wants theirs done right away. About 100 miles of road, I'm sure they'll, and get to everyone as soon as they can. The other note worth making is they do try to start in different parts of the community each year, so nobody's always last. Any other comments?
I just want to note that Meg and I actually went out with Mel and Aaron today, out and about to the parks. We did a tour, and it was a good opportunity to see not only the parks, but we had a lot of conversations about high utilization of our parks and the services. And it won't be long before the kids and the families are out there enjoying some of it. And we have talked about this a little bit before, that they're continuing to expand on the service with the disc golf course. And already there's another group ready to do another large program there. So it was a nice conversation. I think you'll see that reflected in more of the reports coming out.
Good, thank you. Anyone else?
Just go ahead.
There's lots of work that needs to be done on our parks as well that's been neglected for a lot of years, so that's something that we need to give some attention to.
You're right. This time of year with parks and sidewalks, and right now our building and grounds committee is also, department is also working to get the last, I think they're down to about 300 disconnects in the street lights, et cetera, but there is a schedule because of the use, so the fields need to be managed, but also the buildings that are used hopefully will be in good shape. I'll make a note to follow up on that as well.
I think we could encourage some better communication between the department head and the rest of the crews, just to see what needs to be done, what is being done.
Okay. Anything else?
And then water and wastewater, just wanted to bring up one point that two of our employees were passed a water licensing course that was given in March. And also that the water and wastewater prepared a line, a service line on the trade road. They did it last fall, and then with the heavy truck traffic over it, it started leaking again. So that is a problem with that particular road if there are a lot more heavy traffic going through there. Should another entity come?
I know, I also spoke with Scott about that, and they're trying one more intervention before they have to go in and do something more permanent, which would be obviously more time-consuming, more costly as well. Any other comments on the report?
It also might need to coordinate it with the highway department too, if we have to fix that road.
Mhm. Absolutely. Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Michael Cashman,
Yes.
Meg LePave,
Yes.
Artie Bell.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 97, annual examination of town fiscal records by the audit committee.
Whereas the town board is responsible for the general management and control of town finances, and the important aspect of this responsibility is to provide process to monitor, review on a routine basis the work performed by those handling money as part of their town duties. Whereas in an effort to improve accountability and control over finances and records, the town audit committee and finance manager have reviewed the records of the park and recreation department, the town clerk, town justices, and town tax receiver as per regulation. Whereas the Park and Recreation Department, Town Clerk's Office, Town Justices, and Town Tax Receiver's record have been provided to the full board for their review. And whereas after the review of said town records by the town board, now therefore be resolved that the annual audit as prepared and submitted to the town of Plattsburgh Auditing Committee be accepted and placed on file as per regulations, and that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Cashman, second.
Second.
Mr. Wood, any discussion?
I just,
No, go ahead.
no, your turn.
You go.
I just want to say, commend the audit committee. This is a big task going through all these, and I know Meg and Michael worked on that, as well as our finance manager. And I really think this is, it's a good report all the way through.
I think Pat Bowen is such a huge asset to this town. He's really helpful. He really knows what's going on.
I know you all were at the workshop we had with the Government Finance Officers Association. One of the items that was highlighted was internal controls, having more than one pair of hands on receipts and dollars and receivables, et cetera. And the internal audits are important. So yes, kudos to the two of you. And as you said, our finance manager does do a good job and does stay on top of things. That's
I think we do have some very good controls now, and for the most part, I mean, there's always something that we're going to probably find later, but really we've come a long ways, I think.
Well, there isn't always. The idea is there never will be. It always is right, and so far, so good, right?
I'm just, well, and Pat really should get a lot of the credit, but that whole department really functions as a team. When Meg and I come in on the weekends to spend several hours going through the materials, we may have a question for one or two items, but, as you get to it and you answer it, they're timely, they're efficient, and they work very well as a team, so I'm really appreciative of that.
And I did compliment Pat today. I read through the questions you had on some of the vouchers, and they were good questions. Another thing we saw, it's important to ask questions, right? And spoke with Pat, who really has the greater depth of knowledge, I think, to respond, and he just embraced that. He'll explain the whys and go out of the background. So it does work well. It's good to have him there. Any other comments? Good job by all. A roll call, please.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Michael Cashman,
Yes.
Meg LaFave,
Yes.
Bernie Bass.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 98, 2014 fund balance amendments.
Whereas certain line items have been overspent in the general highway street lighting, water sewer fund budget during the 2014 fiscal year. Whereas the following budget amendments will be to offset the 2014 budget line items for the 2014 budget. Therefore be resolved that the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board does hereby authorize the following budget amendments, as so noted. And to be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Mannix, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Mannix,
Yes.
Michael Casper,
Yes.
Meg LaFave,
Yes.
Bernie Bass.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 99, temporary seasonal hire for beautification program in the Building and Grounds Department. Brian Douglas.
Whereas the supervisor has received a letter dated April 3rd, 2015, from Art Bro, Superintendent of Building and Grounds, requesting help with a beautification program. And whereas Brian Douglas is interested in the position for 2014 to work on a temporary full-time basis at a rate of pay of $10 per hour for the following months, and as on a needed basis. Whereas pending all employment verification and eligibility requirements being satisfied, the building maintenance superintendent recommends that Brian Douglas be appointed to said position. Now therefore be resolved, the supervisor is hereby authorized to sign all necessary documents to hire Mr. Douglas as a seasonal temporary in the Building and Grounds Department, and a certified copy of this resolution given to the finance manager, Building and Grounds Superintendent, full insurance, and Clinton County Civil Service Department of Personnel for their final approval and filing, and a copy also be placed in Mr. Douglas's
Have a
file.
motion.
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Ms. LaFave, any discussion?
Bernie, the pay rate, to my understanding, is the same as 2014?
This is his first year, so it's the same as we've used for a number of years to start for these positions. There were some, when we had a grounds force in the Park and Rec Department, that their second and third years, they were given small increases, but this has always been the start.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Woods,
Yes.
Mark Mannix,
Yes.
Michael Campbell.
Yes.
Meg LaFave,
Yes.
Bernie Bass.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 100, request to attend New York World Water Association's annual technical conference.
Whereas the Town of Plattsburgh Water and Wastewater Department is required to maintain professional training and licensing. Whereas it is in the best interest of the town to remain current and informed concerning changes in the water and wastewater regulations, technology updates, and regulated system efficiencies. Now therefore be resolved that Scott Stoddard of the Water and Wastewater Department be allowed to attend the annual Water Wastewater Annual Conference and Exposition to be held May 18th through May 21st, 2015 in Verona, New York. And it be further resolved that $477 for lodging and meals and $325 for registration for the conference for Scott Stoddard be charged to the water and wastewater budget.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Mannix, any discussion?
I think there's quite a few very interesting workshops there, but including capital improvement planning for water and sewer and financing for the future for water and sewer infrastructure. And unless they even have potential climate change in the system, so solar energy. So they really are covering a wide variety of things, and that's just a couple. I mean, there's so many. I think it's a real vital thing, and I'm really glad that he and his assistant Paul Wright are going to go to that.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Mannix,
Yes.
Michael Campbell.
Yes.
Gerard Ritter, yes. Meg LaFave.
Yes.
How did that slip?
Watch your tongue.
That's snuck in there, sort of.
That's almost hilarious. That made it right through work session and
Yeah.
all of us looking at it, I think. Yes, resolution carries. Interesting. And the next one also,
Yep.
I ask our clerk to correct before it gets read.
I did.
That part I said about it's always perfect, Tom, I retract.
Okay, that's good, glad to hear that.
We still need your.
Occasionally, we need to go through them, right?
We need your eyeballs every time. Resolution 101, request to attend New York Rural Water Association's annual technical conference.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh Water and Wastewater Department is required to maintain professional training and licensing. Whereas it is in the best interest of the town to remain current and informed concerning changes in the water and wastewater regulation, technology updates, and related system efficiencies. Therefore be resolved that Paul Wright of the Water and Wastewater Department be allowed to attend the annual Water Wastewater Annual Conference and Exposition to be held from May 18th to May 21st, 2015 in Verona, New York. And it be further resolved that $477 for lodging and meals and $325 for registration for the conference be charged to the water and wastewater budget.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Ms. LaFave, second.
Second.
Mr. Cashman, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Mannix,
Yes.
Michael Cashman,
Yeah.
Mike LaFave,
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 102, petition for zoning map amendment.
Whereas at its regular scheduled work session on April 13, 2015, the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board received a petition from Ed Martin, the duly authorized representative of Sluler Systems LP, owner of the property on Pleasant Ridge Road, identified as tax map parcels 232-3-10.1 and 11, there's an addition to it, 11.1 and 11.2, approximately 18 acres of vacant land requesting the amendment of existing zoning clarification on mobile home manufactured, home district, residential, and industrial with restrictions. And whereas pursuant to Article 13, Section 13.1, all proposed amendments originated by petition or motion shall be referred to the Town of Plattsburgh Planning Board for report and recommendations thereon. Now therefore be resolved that the town board does hereby refer the petition for the proposed amendment to the Plattsburgh Town Zoning Ordinance dated November 2012 to the Town of Plattsburgh Planning Board for a report and recommendations in accordance with Section 13, Article 13, Section 13.3 of the Town of Plattsburgh Zoning Ordinance. Now therefore be further resolved that the Town of Plattsburgh Board shall submit its report to the town board within 45 days of such receipt, have such referral in accordance with the provisions of the zoning ordinance. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the planning department, planning chairman, and finance manager.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Ms. LaFave, do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Mannix, discussion. I want to make sure everybody picks up on, Ricky did, thank you. Of the parcels noted, we need to include 233-11.1.
We've got 232-3-10.1 and 232-3-11.2.
No, it should have 232-3-11.1 also, which was excluded from that thing, but it was in the original application.
Right, and I said 233, I meant 232-11.1 was the omission, 232-11.
Are they all 232?
Yep. They're all
232-3-10.1.
Right.
These all have a dash, 232-3-.
11.1.
Point one.
Okay.
And then 11.2.
But there's 3 parcels up.
Right, there's 3 parcels.
Yeah, we don't want to just have them come back again
Yep.
and say, gee, you guys forgot this one.
You'll find those in the attached documentation. The other note I'd like to make is, I spoke with C.J. Madonna, who's our town planning board attorney today, and with Jim Coffey, town councilor. Mr. Coffey will be representing the town in this particular project, and Mr. Madonna will not be approaching the planning board or the town board with any consideration for the project. Any other comments or discussion on the resolution as amended? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Minnick,
Yes.
Michael Cash.
Yes.
Meg LaFave,
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 103, annual generator service contract agreement for 2015 through 2017.
Whereas the Water and Wastewater Department and Building and Grounds Department have requested and received attached proposal for a 36-month generator service contract agreement. Whereas Scott Stoddard, Water and Wastewater Director, Paul Wright, Assistant Superintendent of Water and Wastewater, and Art Rowe, Superintendent of Building and Grounds, have reviewed all proposals received. Whereas Director Stoddard, Assistant Superintendent Wright, and Superintendent Rowe recommend that the 2015, 2016, 2017 annual contracts be awarded to Cummins Northeast LLC, 101 Railroad Avenue, New York, or Albany, New York, 12205. Now therefore be resolved that the 2015 through 2017 generator service contract be awarded to Cummins Northeast LLC in the amount of $4,743.93 to the Water and Wastewater Department annual and $583.03 to the Building and Grounds annual. And it be further resolved that upon review and approval of said agreement by the town attorney, the supervisor be and he is authorized to sign all agreements for a period of 36 months retroactive to January 1, 2015 through December 31st, 2017, provided rates are guaranteed for the 36-month period. And it be further resolved that the payments be made from the 2015, 16, 17 Water and Wastewater budget account and the Building and Grounds budget account. And that a copy of this resolution be given to the Water and Wastewater Department, Superintendent of Building and Grounds, and the Finance Manager.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second. Mr. Mannix, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Minnick,
Yes.
Mike LaFave,
Yes.
Michael Cashman, Bernie Bassett.
Yes, the resolution carries. Resolution,
Yes.
I'm sorry?
He was already on before I had a chance to speak, yes.
Oh, sorry. Resolution 104, remote net metered solar project with Solar City. And I'd just like to, footnote for anyone who may be listening or watching that this item was not posted on the agenda, as happens sometimes. A lot can take place between a Friday when you post these and Monday evening. This is a project, something we have been talking about for a while, and I think as the resolution will serve to indicate something we need to act on this evening if we're going to initiate a project. So with that said, Resolution 104, remote net metered solar project with Solar City.
Whereas to conduct town government in an efficient and cost-effective manner, and to continually be fiscally responsible to all the town taxpayers, the town board seeks to begin using solar power to lower the high cost of electricity. Whereas the town board is committed to the development and installation of renewable energy sources to provide for energy needs for the town office complex, to reduce the high cost of electricity, and to address other energy-consuming locations within the town. Whereas the town of Plattsburgh is considering a remote net meter solar project with Solar City, a nationwide solar installer that at no cost to the town will install, maintain solar panels on town property similar to the Clinton County project at the Plattsburgh International Airport and other municipalities within New York State. In order to realize the greatest possible savings through solar, monetary crediting must be realized on the RNM project. And whereas per New York State Public Service Commission noted, dated March 19, 2015, projects that meet the criteria of having submitted through the developer a completed preliminary interconnection application to the relevant utility by May 1st, 2015, are proposed to be eligible for monetary crediting. Therefore, be resolved, the town supervisor be authorized to sign the attached interconnect authorization letter to enter into the agreement with Solar City to allow them to submit a project on behalf of the town of Plattsburgh on or before May 1st, 2015. And to be further resolved that this agreement does not bind the town of Plattsburgh to Solar City or to a solar project in general. However, should the town of Plattsburgh choose to move forward on the project by the submission of the interconnect agreement on before the date noted, will be allowed the town to be eligible for monetary crediting on the RNM project, and thus realization the greatest possibility savings through solar energy. And to be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be forwarded to Solar City, the superintendent of building and grounds, and the finance manager.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Cashman, second.
Second.
Mr. Fave, any discussion?
I'll third it.
I think it goes back to much of what Meg and I have been trying to do over the last couple of months as we've been investigating this. I think this is a really wonderful opportunity for the town to embrace more solar. Many folks, I think, don't even realize the impact that solar is having in our municipality. A lot of private homeowners and businesses already utilizing it within the town's borders. It's certainly an opportunity for our town to link up to this. It's a renewable energy. There are some cost savings that will hopefully come from this. I'm definitely looking forward to looking at the package that comes from this as we move forward with this. It doesn't quite lock us in yet, but I think there are many, 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 many benefits. And as Meg and I went to a symposium down in Peru, it was really interesting, the opportunities that are presenting itself, and I give Meg a lot of credit for getting a lot of the information that helps us bring us here today. So.
Thanks for following up, Bernie, and getting this going.
I wish I had started it a little sooner than I did, but sometimes it's you know, you just do what you can do. But the information you got for me was the direct contact we needed, so that's good. And it should also be noted, I did speak with the county administrator who's also using Solar City. I spoke very highly of the relationship with them so far, and also shared how the Association of Counties in New York State had done a RFP, and Solar City had won that. They had vetted them extensively. He had contacted a number of the municipalities that were using them prior to the county making that decision. It was all very, very, very positive. You mentioned savings, Mike, and you know, we don't even have a project in yet. We haven't got any of the details, but they projected that it could easily be over $100,000 a year, each year, based on the data that we currently have. So it definitely is worth getting more information. I appreciate everyone's patience with the short duration, but in many ways, this is a conversation we've had for a very long time. It's just now the first pitch is thrown and we're going at it.
So I recall that, we talked about that field over there.
Yes, sir.
That
That's,
time.
you think that's the field too.
I'm not gonna say.
Well, and remember, the Public Service Commission just issued their statement March 19th. It's been just over a month. We looked at a number of projects with other companies as well, and we just could not get anything. Nothing existed prior to the incentives that I sure began in Washington, trickled down through New York, and the governor's made available to cover the cost on these things. I mean, it's like a lot of stuff. If somebody give it to you, you can use it and save money. But this will be, as noted, installed. It is not a capital project. There is absolutely no cost to us. And some of that benefit is drying up right away. I don't know that we're in yet, but we'll hope to be. But yes, it's been a long time to actually get something in front of us. It looks like it might happen. So we'll be very optimistic. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Vanek,
Yes.
Michael Cass.
Yes.
Meg LaFave,
Yes.
Mary Beth.
Yes, resolution carries.
This will-
That's all of the exciting business I have for this evening.
I'd like to just mention one other thing. I'm sorry I didn't bring it up when we were going through it, but on the monthly department reports, I think it's important for people to know what reports we got. We got the Building and Grounds and Safety Committee, Highway Superintendent, Parks and Recreation, Supervisor's Financial Report, Town Clerk's Report, Codes and Zoning Report, the Historian Report, Planning Report, Tax Receiver Report, and Water and Wastewater Report. We used to have individual resolutions for each one, so they were named. We have just one resolution saved paper, so I think we at least should say which reports we've gotten from what department, so people know. That's it.
At the request of Councilor Wood, be that transition. And it does save us a lot of paper and
Yeah.
some really not unnecessary duplication. Any other comments, discussion? If not, I would seek a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Mr. Mannix, second.
Second?
Mr. Wood, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Vanek,
Yes.
Michael Cash.
Yes.
Meg LaFave,
Yes.
Mary Beth.
Yes, we'll stand adjourned at 7:32.